Welcome to another Legend Spotlight video. This time we will be looking at Rengar Pridestalker. The Rengar Legend's a very interesting one. He has the ability whenever you play a unit, give a unit +1 might this turn. So this deck's really going to focus on being able to play units at reaction speed utilizing the new ambush mechanic. We have some battlefields that can help support that, and some battlefields that can help support the high power cost and the draw that this deck needs. Starting off, we'll have Sunken Temple. Whenever you conquer with a mighty unit, you can pay 1 to draw 1. We have an easier time making units mighty thanks to Rengar's +1 might ability. We can play any of the 4 might units and they can become 5, and then we can conquer the Sunken Temple, or play a unit, give a 4 might unit +1 and conquer Sunken Temple to draw a card. Very useful for some extra card draw. Next up, we have the Treasure Hoard. This is something I'm trying out to help with the high power costs of the deck. There's a lot of cards the deck wants to play that you have to pay power for, and that can cause a lot of issues. And so I figure the extra gold generation might come in handy. And then lastly, we're playing Emperor's Dais. This is to be able to return our units to our hand after we conquer here. We have a lot of ambush stuff that we can, play early, conquer, and return that to our hand, and then get the 2 might stand soldier that can hold there, and then have the reaction speed unit to play at that battlefield. For Chosen Champion, this build will have the orange Rengar Trophy Hunter. This is a pretty amazing unit. It has ambush, and then it can also be played to a battlefield where there are enemy units. So ambush is an ability where you can play him at play the unit at reaction speed to a battlefield where you have units. You don't have to control the battlefield. So this can be when you're attacking a battlefield, you can play things with ambush to that battlefield. Rengar Special, where he can ambush to battlefields where there are enemy units, but you don't have units there. So it's very much like that set 1 Dead Bloom Predator ability, where it can be played to a battlefield where there's enemy units. He just can do it at reaction speed. And then he has 6 might, and so when you play him, he will be at 7 if you want from the Rengar leader ability. So it's a lot of strength you have on that attack with him. There's 2 Gem Jammer in this list just to give some units ganking. That can be very useful if you, on your opponent's turn, play the Rengar to a battlefield they're trying to attack. And then on your turn, you can play the Gem Jammer, give the Rengar ganking, and gank over for another point. So that can be pretty useful. We're also utilizing Inferna. This is just a 2 energy unit with ambush. It has 1 might, but it has assault 2, so it's a 3 on attack, which can be very useful. And then we're playing the Mischievous Mirai. This is a hidden unit, 2 energy, 2 might, and then hidden, and when you play me to a battlefield, deal 2 to an enemy unit here. So this is, a combat trick. You can hide it, flip it, get it to 3 might, and then deal 2 to something as well. Very useful. And really it's just to help have units to play at reaction speed, just to help with some of the later cards in the deck. Another card I'm testing is the Grim Apothecary. Again, this has ambush. It's a 3 energy, 3 might unit. And then when you play it, you return a friendly unit at a battlefield to his owner's hand. So really just allowing us to reuse hiddens, reuse our ambush cards just for extra utility. Another hidden unit is Pyke. This is just 3 energy, 3 might. Well statted with hidden, so we can play this at reaction speed during showdowns whenever, and it can go up to 4 with that Rengar ability on play. There's also 3 Nidalee. This is to help with draw. This is a 3 energy, 1 power, 4 might unit that has ambush, and then when you win a combat, you draw 1. This is very useful to try and get some draw in the deck because these colors typically don't have a ton of it. 2 Rengar Pouncing. This is a set 2 Spirit Forge card with reaction, assault 2, and can be played to a battlefield you're attacking. 3 Kaisa. Again, this is another card for draw. It has some accelerate, so it gets us the ability to accelerate out and then be able to play our ambush on the same turn. and then draw, along with the possibility of drawing off Sunken Temple with Accelerate, because it can go to 5 might on the Rengar ability. Brynhir Thundersong, it's just a really good card to be playing in the Fury domain right now. Plus, you can combo this with the Rengar signature spell that we'll talk in a moment to lock out your opponent from playing cards on their turn. 2 Ferris Forerunner, again, this is another really good Fury domain card to be playing right now. 6 energy power, 6 might, and then replaces itself with 2 3 might mech units when it dies, and so you get a lot of value out of this card. We're going to have a little bit of removal in Piercing Light, 2 copies, and then 2 copies of Falling Star. This is just useful removal to be playing, and I feel like most decks should have some form of removal in them. And then to help with the power costs, we'll have a couple copies of Seal of Rage. This is something I'm trying out in the deck. It might not have enough draw to support it. It just depends on if you draw the card you need to draw cards like Fresh Beans and Kaisa. And as I just mentioned, we'll also be playing Fresh Beans. This feels like a great card in Rengar because it's whenever you play a unit during a showdown, you may exhaust it to draw 1. And so we have a lot of hidden units, a lot of reaction speed units, and we can utilize Rengar's signature spell Thrill the Hunt to even play units during showdowns. And so this is what's going to help keep cards in our hand most of the game. And then lastly, we'll talk about the Rengar signature Thrill of the Hunt. This is feels like it can be a really strong card. Reaction speed 2 and a power. Banish a friendly unit, then its owner plays it to any battlefield, ignoring its cost. So this lets you flicker any of your units from a battlefield to the same battlefield, another battlefield at reaction speed. This is very powerful for a lot of situations where your opponent's maybe attacking a battlefield and you want to flicker your unit to, do a surprise defense of that battlefield and maybe even score a point on your opponent's turn. It also allows you at your opponent's beginning phase, if they have any triggers that happen, you can flicker Brynhir and completely lock them out of spells. This is kind of difficult to set up because you're playing a 6 energy unit and then you have to still have 2 up for Thrill. And you do have a lot of power costs in this deck, so it's not the easiest thing to set up, but it is something that will be possible in some games and will throw your opponent off guard and lock them out for turns. So it's not something you're going to repeat often. It's something you'll probably happen once every few games, but it's still really useful. Going into the sideboard, we have 2 copies of Akshan Mischievous. This is just really useful for stealing enemy gear. Dazzling Aurora does look like it's going to be in a pretty decent spot in the upcoming set with the new Elder Dragon and a few other tools it got. And so I think this is a great unit to start out in the sideboard. If gear becomes not as relevant, or it's not as relevant in your meta, you can definitely change it out for something else, but I think it's a good starting place to have him in there. 1 Cleave. This is just to help get over some decks that have extra might on their units. Something like an Aurelia just gives you a little extra power to get over those units. This could definitely be something else. I rarely use it, but I have liked having the one in the sideboard so far. Repulse is a new card from Unleashed. It's a counterspell for orange, which is really nice. You choose a friendly unit at a battlefield, and then you counter an enemy spell or ability that chooses it and no other friendly unit. So if they're trying to challenge one of your units at a battlefield or double Falling Star one of your units at a battlefield, you're able to counter that spell and protect the unit. So it's a little bit of extra protection. It's not worth mainboarding in my opinion. I don't know that it's going to be relevant in enough matchups to mainboard, but I think in the matchups you want it, it's a great sideboard card. And then 2 copies of Sabotage. This is just a really strong card in orange. It allows you to rip some problem cards from your opponent's hand. If you're playing against a Dazzling Aurora deck, you can possibly rip the Aurora before they get it down, which is very useful. Especially if you're playing against a orange-purple Aurora deck that can play Mind Splitter and will more than likely hit that Mind Splitter off the Aurora and can take your removal for it. So it's very useful to have this to take out the Aurora before it comes down. It also lets you just hit other problem cards. So it's just a very useful card in the sideboard. So this is the starting Rengar list I have. There's a lot of other units you can play, but this is, I think, a great poised starting list. So let's go ahead and take a look at a few games. Playing against a Pyke, I think it's just standard that we're going to start with the Emperor's Dais. It could help Pyke a little bit, but I think it's just worth. They're going to go first. Have the seal, which can help us if we want to play an early falling star. I don't really want to have to. I think we get rid of the light and the apothecary. Oops. To deck. Bottom 1, 2. Do have a turn 1 play on the Inferna and the Gem Jammer, which is nice. I think we'll just start with the Inferna. They didn't have a turn 1 play, so we don't have anything. We have 2 falling star here. I think we'll be good there. Okay. Interesting to see in Israel. I think we'll come here. Create the Sand Soldier token. Turn that to hand. Then I'd like to hang on to the Gem Jammer. So I think we go and just play down Inferna. Go here. Seal. Hide. There. Pass. Not sure what their game plan is. This is the first time I've seen a Pyke with an Ezreal in it, so. Yeah, that's fine. Rasa and Treasure Hunter. Just looking to bounce the Ezreal for more play value. Sure. Go to 2. Come here to 3. Alright, so we do have this Nidalee we can ambush with. We'll have the Rengar if we need to. Just trying to think what makes the most sense. Just gotta figure out what makes the most sense here. I think we just leave everything out, but like I could play the Forerunner of this battlefield. It's a lot for them to try and get over, but I think just leaving Rengar or Nidalee up, depending on what we need, is probably our move. I could just Falling Star the Hopeful. I think we'll Falling Star the Hopeful. And we still have the Nidalee up. Like, I could have saved the Falling Star to kill the Ezreal, but I'm not looking to let them bounce the Ezreal again. I'll hold a 5. I'm on odd numbers, so he'll have an extra turn from what I can. So I'll go to 5, and then I'll go to 7, and they'll still need one more turn after that. So. I think it's worth just sitting. We're in a little bit of a pickle with that battering ram, but I think it's worth just sitting. Okay, so I have the option. Honestly, feels kind of bad to lose out on the 2 damage, but I think if we just flip this and give the might to here, we force their hand. Or we take the trade. If we take the trade, thinking rebukes come down on this Rengar, which could be kind of painful. Yeah, we'll take the trade, I think. Sure. So basically playing a miracle list in Pyke without the ban cards, without Scrap Heap, without Called Shot. It's real. Okay, so if I play this, I'll be at 7. I can go to 8 on it. I don't know if that's worth it, though. It does clear Ezreal and the battering ram. It feels... See, it's a tough choice always, but I think it feels worth it. Nope, it might goes to whatever unit I want. Don't know if that was worth it or not, but we're gonna find out. I think it's fine. Sure. I think it's fine because what we'll do. Well, now that's a interesting option. I think we come here. Go 6. If I could pay the one, get a soldier. I don't think I need to, honestly. I think we just Falling Star the Hopeful. I think that's what we'll do. I'm putting the Forerunner on that battlefield because Forerunner tends to be better on a battlefield than it does just at base. The 6 attacking could be nice at the minefield, but if they want to move Ezreal there and bounce him to hand, they're going to have to play a unit here first. Otherwise, they're risking me having anything that can come here to take that last point, any ganking, etc. Accelerate, anything like that, and I can just freely take that point unless they have Rebuke or something like that in hand. So it is a bit of a risk because it does mean I'm going for winning in 2 turns essentially instead of trying to win next turn. Because if I play Forerunner here, I can come here. Now they could come here and freely bounce the Ezreal hand with the Dais. That's one of the reasons I think just trying to chill this battlefield might be better. Okay, Bushwhack. Two Rosses, sure. Bushwhack into 2 Rosses is pretty good. They can take this out. Sure. Get 2 mix. Okay, they're playing a Fizz. What are they gonna replay? Detonate, I'm assuming, to draw some cards. Kill the gold, draw 2. It does leave open a Rebuke in hand. Do have the possibility for Rebuke, which would be kind of painful. I think it's okay though, because I can send both those in here. Play the Nidalee, boost one of these, and I have 2 4s and a 3, so they bounce a 4, and I'm still at 7 over it. They kill Nidalee. I have a mech unit here. It seems okay. Gonna hide Pyke. Where are they gonna put him? There? Sure. Okay. We have 3. We're just gonna go here, here. That's pretty good. Sure, that's pretty good. Four, 8, 9, 10, 11, 6, 12. This is hidden, so I won't be able to do it. Yeah, that's fine. Really needed a thrill of the hunt here, I feel like. So we go... I wonder if it's right just to kill Fizz as... I wonder if that's right. We'll leave 6 on one and 3 on the other, which I'm going to have a hard time getting rid of, but I think it's right. Didn't get any fresh beans in this game, which has really hampered the draw. It's really hampered. That's the one thing about this color combination is does not get a lot of draw. Fresh beans is kind of what this deck is reliant on, plus Nidalee. Maybe I could have tried to establish the Nidalee earlier. There's just not really a good time for it. That's kind of the issue I face with this deck. Basically need to draw an accelerate unit or an ambush unit here. So I do need to try and be able to get over this left battlefield. That's not bad. They have another Heedless Resurrection that could be kind of painful. Because they could sack that. This looks like that's what they're doing. So they can sack the Forerunner, get a Rasa we trade here. And then they get 2 mech units out of it. Okay. Or they can play them. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. The reason I went ahead and did that is I think having the Rengar in my hand could be a little better for me in the end. I'm honestly surprised they didn't just grab the Rasa. They really should have just grabbed the Rasa. Sure. So this will be 7. Eight. Oh, I won't be able to do. Let's see, so it's 8, 11. I can play the Rengar, go up to 7, play this. They kill this Rengar, this I can bounce to hand. But then I'll only have 2 left. It's kind of painful, but that's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, tap. And kill that? Sure. I do draw off that. Fresh beans. He's only gonna be 3. It's worth bouncing him to get a token. Then we'll play the fresh beans. We're gonna have to draw well, unfortunately. We're gonna have to draw really well, unfortunately. We'll need some sort of accelerate. The Kaisa is 8. Draw fresh beans could give us something, but already 2 of these down. I think the only accelerate is the Kaisa. Oh, there's the Kaisa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the question is there any reason to go to the right? I get 2 draws off that. Is that beneficial? What could we draw? We could draw any kind of removal. So we could draw Piercing Light, doesn't do it. Falling Star doesn't really have 1 left. We could draw Thrill of the Hunt. Play the Kaisa over there and play the Rengar. That is good. Draw. I think that's it. Another Kaisa. We won't be able to accelerate a Kaisa and play this though. A Rengar does do it, depending on what they have in hand. I think we just have to go for that. Top cards. got the thrill that I wanted, unfortunately. They have rebuke, they have rebuke. Alright, so we got a Lillia. I think we're still gonna go. I think we're gonna try out the Sunken Temple, see if we can get some draw against Lillia. I don't think I want to allow her to convert her sprites into permanent units off the bat, so I think we'll start with this. We'll take the play. Right. Get rid of the Apothecary. I think I want to get rid of Rengar here. Fresh Beans, good. I'd like a 2-drop, but so that I don't have to play this turn 1, but this should be fine. Go there and pass. Now this does make me wish I had the Emperor's Dais so we can just go there, but that's at least not bad. Let's see, do I just want to go ahead and come over here? Kind of think that's okay. Oh, high a card. That way if they want to come here, we're going to get a conservatory trigger. Sona. Okay. That feels greedy. That feels too greedy, but I have nothing else in hand. Oof, am I just literally gonna pass here? It's unfortunate. Yeah, I'm just gonna pass, I guess. Is there a world? Because it'll still resolve, we'll still be at 7. Yeah, we'll let it happen. It's not worth yet. Because the ability still resolves and they'll still get the Sprigget token. Another Forerunner's not great. Okay. So go to 5 and then up to 7. Wondering if I should have anticipated that and maybe we go Rengar first. then flip this to hit it. That would have been good. That should be fine there. Jim Jammer's not terrible hit. Sure. Okay, so what we're gonna do here. Options are coming in here and then playing the Rengar. We'll be at 10, they'll be at 7. 4 in hand is kind of painful, but I guess we could play out the Gem Janitor first to get to 11. That sits past 2 buffs. That sits past Discipline and Frigate Jewel. That puts us at an even trade. It doesn't feel great. So that's not bad. We do get the Rengar if we need to, absolutely need to go up at all. I did miss a hold. I am at 4. Do I pay to draw? I don't think I need to. Just keep the Rengar in hand. Hide this. Pass turn. And I upped myself 2 points because I forgot my hold point on the previous turn. I realized. Gonna discipline. Yeah, discipline's good. Thinking if we want to play the Rengar here. If we play the Rengar, I think we start by. I think we go ahead and do this. think I'm fine with that trade. Because we have this Rengar, so we can Gem Jammer, give that ganking. And also go in with the Rengar if we have to, which is pretty good. Gonna give him Conservatory trigger, but I think it's worth just trying to get rid of this Lillia. Sure, that's fine. Let's think about if we play Rengar, we basically have to play him to that battlefield. Because if we don't play him to here, it's a trade, and I don't really necessarily. I don't think I want to do the trade. Downside is they should be able to do sprites to get over the Rengar. He's better on attack. One, two, three. Tap, up, tap, draw. Inferna's good. Inferna is good. Go up to 6. And pass. It's a pretty good spot to be in, I feel like. Mask of Foresight is nice. They'll make a sprite token here. You can make a couple of sprite tokens here. This one can get over him. Over my pocket cub. To bottom. And then we good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. That's fine. They untap that mind ring for some reason. Sure. What could they do for 1 energy? Unguard, Stupefy. Both of those are an issue. I'll be at 11, so we can play out. I think we just play out Bryn here. I think it's pretty simple. We play out Bryn here and target our Rengar with the might bonus from the Bryn here, and then just make them do what they have immediately. This is Wyvern here I do like in this deck. We have really good 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left over. We have 6. We have really good stuff against green decks here. Now they have to do anything they want to do right now. And this is going to make them, if they have something to do with that one, they're going to play it out now. And there's nothing. Cool. And that'll be a GG. Alright, so those were just a few games I thought really showcased the Rengar deck and what it can do. It has a lot of tricks it can do with the ambush units and playing things at reaction speed, which is really nice and really tough for your opponent to gauge what you could possibly do. I think it's a really tough deck to play because of all the options it gives you, but it's really rewarding when you play it correctly. Let me know what you think of this deck and Legend, and if you're excited to play Rengar down in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for the rest of the videos in the series, and I'll see you in the next one.